Acknowledge to everybody that this meeting is being recorded. And to start with, we're going to have a Pledge of Allegiance. If you join me, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do you want to pass it down?
Okay. Yep. There you go, sir. So this is a continuation of the hearing for 55A Mason Road. We started the hearing the last time, but we didn't have enough zoning board members, so we didn't get into any of it. So if you would, just please explain to us what you hope to do with the property. And you can come up closer so we can hear you, please.
May I translate for her?
Oh, sure.
Oh, thank you. ¿Qué es lo que le explica usted lo que usted está planeando hacer?
Yeah, I want to try to make like daycare for a shelter for babies and toddler and preschool.
She's trying to do a daycare. She's increasing the members of her daycare, the children that she has. So she has babies and she has
I need that
children.
name. State the name.
So it's for a daycare.
Yeah, let's slow down a little bit. Could I get your, could we get your name? Both of your names,
My
actually.
name is Sandy Cobon.
Sandy Cobon, C-O-B-O-N. My name is Ruth Vargas, V-A-R-G-A-S.
Okay, so go ahead, please.
So this is what she's trying to do. She's trying to get her business into a larger scope. She's been growing in the community. She gets phone calls all the time that there's need for childcare, but she can't enroll any more children because of the space. So she wants to use the house to grow the business and have more children enrolled.
Question on that. You mean all of the square footage of the house?
¿Cuántos son los pies cuadrados de la casa? So we can find the address just by doing a
Yeah, because I don't know.
She doesn't know
I
exactly
don't know
how
what
many.
it is.
That's not what he's asking.
No.
He's not asking you how much
Yeah.
square footage.
Yeah.
How many children per?
No,
How big is the building?
will 100% of the building be for the daycare business?
Oh, yes, that's her plan.
And now she presently, somebody lives in the house as well as the daycare
Yes,
business?
she lives in the house now, yes.
I live on the house.
Okay, so you're asking for 100% use of a business in a residential zone?
Correct, she's planning to use the whole house. for-
It's already operating. It's been a
Yes,
daycare
it's been
center.
operating as a daycare.
Yeah, and does it have a business license from the town of Dudley?
Yeah,
Yeah, I have all the permits because it's family shelter. I have all
it's
the.
family childcare, and she's
It's
got
not-
the permit, she's got the
It's
business.
different. It's a different.
Did you
things
have to go
do.
before zoning in order to get the business started?
Si tuvo que ir al zoning board para.
No.
No, she didn't have to do that. She got all her permits without.
From the
going to zoning.
EEC. I do everything with the E EEC.
But not
Mr.
with the town of
Chairman,
Dudley.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna get at.
So the state has its regulations, but then the town of Dudley has regulations.
Yeah, because they not told me anything like that.
Well,
And
they don't
saw-
necessarily tell you. I mean,
Because I have all the.
normally a lawyer might advise you, or you might go to a town hall and get a permit to use a residential
Yeah, so she
address
got.
for business.
She pulled all the permits, but she doesn't have.
Permits
any,
from whom?
Permits from, ¿de dónde se tienen los permisos?
Yo tengo el de EEC y tengo también.
EEZ,
está registrado en la IRS
and
también.
is registered as a business with the IRS.
Yep,
Uh,
yep. So you've got federal and state covered, but not town, not local.
yeah.
Was the building ever inspected by the building department for
She
means of
gets
egress and all that
¿quién
stuff?
inspecciona
That's a good question.
edificio?
El departamento de niños.
The children, Department of Children goes to her house and
No, but it
inspects.
has to be inspected by the building department.
Tiene que ser inspeccionado por el Departamento de
Yo
Dios.
hablé con ellos y me
And,
Mr. Chairman, if I.
Yes,
if I may.
Also, she was told that because it was family childcare,
Mhm.
it didn't need, it's different than what she's trying to do now.
Ahora
So
sí.
for family care, she was told they didn't need any building inspector, but because it's family, it's for family taking care of children. She's trying to change that from family care to a regular daycare. That's why she came here.
What is meant by family care?
Family care is when you have children and you live in that house. So it's your house and it's family care, so it's like a family taking care of children. But it's different than a business.
And how many children can you take care of as family care?
Ahora 10.
10,
10.
yes. That's the maximum that she can.
And how many employees take care of 10 children?
2. She has an employee.
And how many do you want to take care of? How much do you want to expand this to?
We don't know them as many as God gives her. We don't know how big the business is gonna get, but if the business get big, then she's gonna buy another house and use that house for the child care, for the child
Después
care.
yo tengo que pagar el building.
And then for this, if she gets the permit, then she does have to go to the building department, she was told.
Doesn't work that way. You got 10 kids, means of egress has to be
Oh,
cleared
yes,
out.
she's got the means of
Well,
egress.
inspector has to see that and sign it off.
Sí, tengo todo.
She's
está-
got the means of egress.
Ajá.
She had to make an extra door in the house.
The building inspector has to sign it off. I believe you have it, but he's got to see it and sign it off. If there's any obstruction,
So for family care, she was never told that she needed that, but if she needs it, she can do it because she's got the egress.
So let's back up for a second. You said she had to add an additional door.
Yeah, usted le dijeron que
No,
tenía
sé
que-
que tengo las salidas necesarias, eso les digo, son las salidas.
She's got the necessary access, she was told by the people that take care of
So
her.
she didn't add an extra door?
No,
You
it's
said it was
only,
already-
I have the door, they asked me, because they asked me for 2 exits. Emergency
So-
exit, I have the front and the back.
So they means who?
They is the EEC,
Ease.
So state,
the state.
so not local, not town of Dudley. You haven't had any inspection by the fire department from the town of Dudley.
Usted no ha tenido
No.
inspección de- no.
you did.
Do you actually have a business license for the town of Dudley?
Tenía una licencia del pueblo de Dudley, tiene una licencia. Aquí en la ciudad de Dudley tuvo que sacar una licencia, ¿o dónde sacó la
No.
licencia?
Yeah.
No,
No,
¿dónde
solo
sacó?
en el, ¿cómo se llama? Secretaría para el LLC.
Oh, she's got, no tiene una licencia. ¿Cuál licencia sacó usted para sacar
Oh.
licencia?
¿Licencia de aquí Dudley?
No. ¿Pero el del Estado tiene licencia? ¿O quién le da
Sí, yo
licencia?
tengo, pero del departamento.
Mr. Chairman, can you ask them?
Department of Education gave her the license. The US Department
For
of
me.
Education for
For
her.
me, right? You asked me for me or for the house?
Okay, well, you've answered my question. You're not telling me that you have a business license for the town of Dudley.
No, not for the town of Dudley.
I'm sorry,
You've
Amanda.
asked them to turn in the paperwork that they have.
Yes,
Because I need
okay.
to see that.
Yeah, you could share that paperwork with us. You have copies of it that we could keep?
She didn't bring her a copy of her license, but she can go get it. She has that license.
From the town of Dudley, you have a business
Not from
license?
the town of Dudley.
This is
The
what I keep
state.
asking.
No, I don't have the Dudley
That's
license.
We have no jurisdiction over the state requirements. We can only address the town of Dudley requirements.
Yeah.
And you're here to ask for a permit from the town of Dudley.
Yeah. So does she need to go get a license in the town? Because she's got the state license.
Well, well, I'm gonna back way up. Your business is needed, and I think that the town wants it, but there's a certain process that has to be followed for it. And I think we may have to actually do some research of our own on that. We may have to talk to the building official again, and the fire department, and the town clerk, and some other entities.
Ellos mismos no están seguros.
It's-
Tienen que
Yeah,
investigar.
and if you could explain, it's one thing to not be asked for something or to not be told about something, but then it's quite another thing to realize that there's actually laws that have to be followed. And that's where I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing where they were followed.
So, ¿le entendió lo que dice? Que es una cosa que le pidan cosas y que no las tenga, y otra cosa es para asegurarse que todas las
I mean,
cosas
how much
se
time do we
entreguen,
have left
y que ella
to
no
act?
sabe
is
con
a
la licencia
concern
que
now
usted
that we
tiene, tiene que
postponed it
sacar
once.
otra
Sí,
licencia.
o sea,
Do we have enough time?
pero se supone que después de que
I can't remember if it's 60 or 90 days.
tienen que pasar al departamento de
It might say
viven y
no.
me tienen que ir a revisar la casa y entonces me van a decir si sí o si no. Pueden haber niñas ahí para que chequeen las salidas, las emergencias, las
Oh, so that's what
las-
she was expecting.
El departamento de sí me dijo que eso era lo que tenía que hacer y vine aquí pero
So Department of Education is the one who gave her the guidelines of the instructions of the steps that she needed to follow to do what she's trying to accomplish.
Okay.
And that's what she did. She followed the steps that the Department of Education gave her. That's why she came here, and supposedly what they told her is that after the town says, yes, you can do that with
Yeah,
your
build that.
house, then that is when she's gonna go to get building permits and
Okay.
have the fire
Fire
department
department.
come and check the house and all of that.
it's not only
Yeah.
I follow.
Because she's been operating for, ¿cuánto tiempo se está quedando en el negocio? 2.5 years.
Okay, so if you live in the house, how can you actually say the whole house is gonna be daycare?
Well, she's, correct me if I'm wrong, she'd like to get permission to use the entire house for the childcare of children, and then she would vacate the house, buy another house to live in somewhere else.
Su plan es
So then
usar
the
toda la casa.
entire property would be 100% business use in a residential zone.
After the fact?
Yeah. So I think we asked the questions, how many, I don't want to use kids, I guess, how many children do you hope to have? I mean, the house is still going to have some limitations and some state guidelines as to how many kids can be in that property.
She will follow the guidelines of whatever the maximum it is that they give her. Right now, she's following the guidelines. She's allowed to have 10, and she's got 10. And if the guidelines, if she gets disapproved, are 20, then she will have to have 20, whatever the guidelines are.
I think I'm going to see if anybody in the audience. So, presented that, I have a question for anybody. Does anybody in the audience want to speak on?
I would like to speak
Yep,
on it.
you're allowed to, sir.
I live across the street.
Your name, please?
My name is Jan Kopas, Kopas.
Okay.
And I live across the street at 56 Mason Road, and when they bought the house across the street, they immediately turned it into a daycare. So they bought the house with the intent of turning it into a daycare. Now, I'm pro-business. I've been in business myself over 25 years, but I own a mixed-use property where it's allowed. You know, I'm in a commercial setting. This is a strictly residential setting. I mean, Mason Road is the quintessential residential road in Dudley. I spoke to her at the continuation, and I said, how many kids do you have now? She says, we have 10. I said, you have 10 in that house? Do you have sprinklers? No. I said, that's an accident waiting to happen. You have a narrow driveway going up. How would emergency vehicles even get up there? You've got 10 kids up in that house, and the traffic backs up on Mason Road when one is trying to pull in, the other's trying to back out. As it is right now, there are 20 pickups a day. I can hear the kids screaming. I can hear them crying and everything.
Well, excuse me for just 1 second. There shouldn't be 20 pickups if there's only 10 kids.
Well, you pick them up, you drop them off.
All right.
So there's 20 pickups and drop-offs, if you
Assuming that
will.
everybody's had, some people might have 2 children in the day.
Not from what I see.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
Go ahead then.
But I asked her how many kids you're gonna have, and she said, I wanna have 20, 30, as many as they allow me to have. And I said, well, you can't do that. I said, where are you gonna live? She said, well, I can still live here. I said, no. I said, you're not supposed to live there. If you turn it into a full-time daycare, you're supposed to live someplace else. She says, well, then I'll just rent someplace else. I said, well, why don't you get a commercial location? I'm sure Dudley would be happy to have you come and fill one of their commercial locations and keep this residence a residential property. And she said, well, then I would have to pay more money. So she's basically wants to take advantage of the low tax rates for the residential property and turn it into a full-time daycare. And I mean, there are no sprinklers in the building. I don't know if you just saw what happened down in New Bedford. It's a very narrow driveway getting up to that property.
We're going to have to research that. I don't know that sprinklers are required, but we'll.
Okay, but I think it's an accident waiting to happen up
We're going to
there.
find out. We're going to look into it.
And it also lists online that she's running a pastry business out of the house. So how can you be running a pastry business at the same time that you're running a childcare? To me, those two don't go along. Children in hot ovens or however you're cooking those pastries? I mean, that doesn't make sense. But beyond that, I mean, it's the concern of it doesn't fit in. It's going to negatively impact the neighborhood. You know Mason Road. It's the quintessential road in Dudley. We bought a house in Dudley. My family comes from Dudley. My wife's family comes in Dudley. We came to Dudley to live the Dudley lifestyle, to live in a residential area. We already have 10 kids daycared across the street. I can hear them screaming and yelling. I can hear them crying. But we keep our mouth shut. You don't say anything. But when I find out she's trying to increase it to 20 or 30 people, and I've checked the website in Dudley, there are 7 other daycares with availability, and you have a commercial one on Oxford Street. So there isn't like there's a shortage of daycare in this area. Maybe at the price point she's hitting. But I've got some real concerns about the noise level with the children, about the parking, how it's going to negatively impact the neighborhood. And it's a quintessential residential neighborhood. I don't think you should be having a full-time business. I'm sure Dudley would be happy to have her go and open up in a commercial location like all of us other business people typically do. Now, if you want to run a business, I'm pro-business. You want to run a daycare and have 10 kids out of your house, that's great. But if you want to turn the entire house into a daycare, that doesn't fit with the neighborhood. It affects the safety, it affects the quality of life, it affects our quiet enjoyment of our property. It already does affect us. And so I don't think turning the house into a full-time daycare is necessary. I don't think it's warranted. I think it's a recipe for disaster. And personally, I'm against it.
Okay, thank you. Is there anybody else who wishes to speak?
Just worried about the traffic on the road.
Would you mind coming up and state your name, please?
I'm also Jan Kopis, I'm his son.
Okay.
So I see cars when they pull up, especially the last few weeks I've been sitting in the window watching, and even though it almost seems like they're staggered, inevitably multiple cars come up at a time, and it's a narrow, long driveway that goes up to the house. And then there's cars either have to back all the way out, and then they back into the road while traffic has to stop. And Mason Road, it just has like a natural flow. It's not like Main Street where you expect stopping, and cars will line up, and it's during the busiest parts of the day. It's in the morning when the school buses are going by, and then it's later in the afternoon when the after-school buses are going by, and there's people trying to pull in and out, traffic stopped, and inevitably it ends up backing up on the road.
Okay, thank you. Do any other board members have any questions?
Just some comments, I guess.
Please.
So, Mr. Chairman, my first thought is, I would agree with the traffic is always going to be an issue because I figure most people are dropping their kids off before they go to work, picking up their kids after work. A lot of people get out around the same time, so there probably is a situation where it's heavy traffic in the morning and then nothing during the day and then heavy in the afternoon when they're picking up. So if you start increasing from 10 to 20 or 30, I think that becomes a real issue over there. I also have a question of whether or not even her existing business that she's running there is even currently legal, because it's a residential area. It's Res 15 over there.
Yes.
And our use tables don't even have anything for childcare, so it's not a by right use. So I'm actually thinking that she probably should have come in initially even for this family childcare, unless there is a state rule that we're not aware of that allows this type of use out of the home and doesn't require the person to get a local business license.
And we'll
So
find that out.
that's what we need to find out,
Yep.
whether or not there's an exemption that she doesn't need a business license,
Yep.
a local business license for family childcare. And then if that ends up being the case, I still think granting a special permit would probably be in order for the 10, for the business that so she can keep the business that she has now. My thinking is, I'd like to see her be able to keep the business she has now limited to 10 and run it that way. And then if she wants to expand, as was suggested, maybe expand to maybe find another building or, something that's in a mixed use residential business 15 type of zone. So I'm not prepared to vote tonight until we can get an answer on That, and I'm leaning towards not allowing anything more than the 10 she's got now.
So let me explain the position that we're at then. We really have three choices tonight. You could, we could vote on it, which I wouldn't be expecting a favorable result. Or we could continue this hearing for more research. Or you could just, I guess you could retract your application, continue the business that you have, and then make other plans in another area. So you could talk about it amongst yourselves for a few minutes and decide what you want to do. But as some of the board members expressed, they're not ready to vote, and I'm not going to force them to vote if they're not ready to vote.
Let's, can you give us a couple of minutes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Mr. Chairman, also, I'd like to say that if they retract, and then we find out that they should have come forward, then I'm going to want them to come back here and make an application for the 10.
So,
Even if they continue this business, it needs to be inspected. We don't know it's there. Fire department has to sign off, building department has to sign off.
course.
Second thing is, if we allow it going to 20, then the residential 15 become a business. It's not zoned for business. It's not spot zone for business.
Yeah, I'm straight out against that anyway, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I know Steve went by the house, I went by the house yesterday. What he's explaining about the driveway is absolutely true.
Yeah, see.
I mean, it's a good long driveway.
Yeah.
And there's room for turning around up there, but doesn't mean people are gonna do it, especially if people are coming, multiple
Some people want
coming
to
at the
come
same
in.
time.
At
Same time.
7 a.m., everybody's in a hurry. I gotta get to my job in Commerce,
Exactly.
right? So 7 a.m., you're coming in, someone else is trying to back out.
And like you said, everybody's in a hurry, so they're racing down Mason Road as it is. Other people.
And that's the busy times for Mason Road, is
How far is that
AM
on
and
Mason?
PM.
How far is it on Mason Road? Where is that?
55 is fairly low.
Close to Sawmill, once you
Yeah.
get up. Do you know where the Spall house is, the house that's
Yeah,
kind of on the
yeah,
knoll?
yeah, yeah.
It's like right after that, there's a house with the circular driveway.
Oh, yeah. It's not
Right
too
next
far
to
from
that,
Sawmill.
55A is a house they built later. It's a raised ranch up in the back.
So if we just,
We could
if they
continue
pull their
this.
application, then we could discuss it with the building official.
Yeah, it's far.
Right.
I did quite a few in Webster. People tell you one thing, it's completely different from outside.
Okay.
So before I tell you what she would like to do, can I point out some things of what he said?
You can.
Yeah, so the gentleman is talking about.
But,
the
well,
noise.
you're a translator.
Yes, okay, so
No,
because she
because
told
I
me
just-
what to
I-
say, yeah. She told
Okay.
me what to say.
All right.
Yeah, you want her to say it in Spanish? I can
You
translate.
guys think?
She can say it, because she told me what to say. Yeah.
All right, please
Because I
do.
don't think it's a lot of noise because we play in the backyard. It's
Mhm.
too far away from the house, the front.
So if
That's
you-
not my point. Because the kids is not crying all the time, and you know, it's a kid, it's the little ones. They crying when they hungry or they want something because they can use the words. There's something they need to learn. That's why I'm here. I want to teach them.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing. And
Okay.
he say the pastries. I don't know what he say because he.
She's not running any other business out
Yeah, it's
there.
only one business I have. I make pastry for my family.
And
I
for
know-
church.
For church. I don't have a business like for pastry. I don't know what he say.
And also, she wanted me to tell you that if you see the house where her structure is and where he's located, if you measure, there's more than 200 feet from she's got a very long driveway. How is he saying that he can hear the kids crying in his house? That's impossible.
Mr. Chairman, rather than get into this he said, she said thing, I just want to reiterate, for me, it's the safety issue with the traffic. You realize if you convert this into a full-time business in that location, even if we were to grant it, you would still have to come before us for a site plan review.
Yeah, but
You would actually have to have an engineer come and draw a diagram showing all the lot lines, showing exactly where all the parking spaces would be. You'd have to have the right number of parking spaces for the number of employees and people that you have coming and going from the business. This would be a much larger undertaking than what you're suggesting doing a business that is very big, but you don't have the proper application before us for that kind of a business.
We don't know if you're gonna allow us to do it, that's why she's here. If you say yes, let's go for it, then she can invest money in an engineer and plans and all of that. She's not gonna pay an engineer right now if we're still trying to figure it out.
But your underlying problem is that this is a residential zone, it's not a business zone. So you see, I can't think of another situation where we have a residential zone that has a,
And then parents not come at the same time because we have a schedule. Right now I have a schedule. So one parents come 7:30, another parents 8, another parent 8:30. They have 2 kids. Another ones come 9. They have a different schedule. They don't have at the
great,
same
that's
time.
with 10. Now what happens when it goes to 30?
It's the same because they have
No,
a
no, no.
schedule. It depends.
No, I drive by that driveway all the time. It's a single lane driveway. It's not like you've got an exit and an entrance,
I was there
kind of
yesterday.
parking lot, so it's, no.
We could vote tonight. I'm not expecting you'd be happy with the results of the vote, but we could do that, I guess.
She would like you to do more investigation since you were questioning if she's got a license that is legal. She's been operating legally. She doesn't think that she's in any way illegal doing her business. So if you need to invest, she wants you to
I
do
can
further
follow.
investigation, and she will follow whatever decision you take once you are informed.
We can do that, and we would first need copies of all of your paperwork that's already been issued by other entities.
Sure, she can provide you
And we
that.
would have to have the time to discuss it with town council and the building official, the fire department, and the police department.
Yeah, I can do that. I can follow whatever you told me. I'm open
Does
to
that sound right?
Yeah, so do you need a motion to continue
Yeah.
the public hearing?
I do. I need a motion to continue the public hearing.
Okay, when's our next date?
Let's make
August
it,
7th.
yeah, I won't be here. But that is our next date.
And we've
And
got
is that
2.
soon enough? I mean, does that give us enough time? It's only here.
And we've got 2 different issues with chickens that
I
day.
would go to the next month, because
What's the next?
September.
September, yeah. Because we have to have time to discuss this with Mr. Slingo and others.
It'll be September 4th.
September 4th. That still puts us under 90 days?
Oh, good question.
First hearing was July.
We're just checking on the legalities of the dates.
Yeah,
Sure.
right,
Yep,
okay.
I still think they should wait.
So September 4th?
September 4th would
Yes.
still be under 90
Yes.
days.
Does September
I'll
4th,
talk about that.
does September 4th work for everyone?
Yeah.
September
What
4th.
was it?
Okay, so,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we continue the public hearing to September 4th.
Second.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it passes. Before we would cancel this hearing if we don't have the paperwork that we were asking for, though.
Can you give her the list of papers?
No, I
that
can't, because I don't know what it is. I need a copy of all of these approvals that you've had from other entities, whether they're federal or state. But, and you're going to want to talk to the town clerk about a business license. And you're probably going to want to end up talking to the assessors, because you've been running a business, you have to pay actually business tax every year. And I'm going to, part of the research is going to be to find out if you've been doing that.
Yeah.
She files her taxes.
Unless, like I said, Mr. Chairman, unless there's an exemption we don't know about, so
Yeah.
that's what I want to find out.
Yep. Well, I'm sure she pays her real estate taxes to the town. I'm talking about, there's a special business tax for business owners that this gentleman has to pay and that I have to pay as a business owner in the town of Dudley. But that's over and above what I pay for the taxes on my house.
Should we write down all the things that you want so that she doesn't miss anything, or are you gonna give her a list?
I'm not going to give her a list now.
I think George should
Yeah.
hear this.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I need all her green
Okay,
cards
so
and the
I am
newspaper
going
ad.
to write down the list that you want.
Her green
So,
cards.
The signature card.
You
Oh.
want
Her
copies?
newspaper ad, I think she has.
Oh, yes. I'm
You
sorry.
want copies of all the permits that she's got
Yes,
and licenses?
yes.
And you want her to go to the town of Dudley and find out if she needs to get
A business license.
And that would be the town clerk's office on the second floor.
And I forget the name of the form, but there's actually a form at the assessor's office that a business owner has to fill out every year about their businesses. It's for the assessors to be able to put a valuation on the property. 'Cause that's different than residential use. You're talking about using,
I
you
understand.
may live in it, but it's being used for business, so this business,
So she goes to
from
the
the
town
assessors.
hall to find out?
yes.
Does she have the cards that she got from the post office showing that she?
She's got that.
Okay.
Do you need it?
We'll need
Yes.
that. We'll need that tonight if you have it.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the newspaper ads.
yeah, she's got them too.
That's- yep.
Okay, so I got the copies of the permits and licenses. Go to the town clerk's office to see if she needs a business license in the town of Dudley. Go to the assessor's office to see if she needs to pay a business tax because of the business that she's running in the house. What else would you like her to find out by the next meeting?
I think that's it.
That's it. We'll have to be through.
And there's still no guarantees, but it'll get us closer to a resolve.
Yeah, sure. She will do that.
Okay.
Would it be helpful if she gets an attorney involved, do you think?
I don't think I could really answer that. I mean, in business, it's always probably a good idea.
Yeah, okay.
Now, do we need like inspection from building department?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I don't know. The paper.
Okay.
And I don't know, you need this one too?
Yes.
But before,
No, the receipt,
the
right?
sequence though is that we approve the
Thank
zoning.
you.
And then you actually get a permit.
Exactly, we'll go with the
And that's up to the building official to require those
Should she
signatures.
I
keep
think even
copies
the
of all
assessor's
of
gonna
that?
tell her
Because
that
she
she
didn't
doesn't
keep
need to fill out
copies,
that
or-
form until she actually gets her
Um,
business license.
She doesn't,
Right.
nobody's actually ever kept copies, but she'd
There's been
like.
2.5 years where she hasn't been paying,
Okay.
hasn't been filling out that
Yeah.
form.
She didn't keep copies yet.
Okay, I'll make a note to make copies for you, okay?
Thank you.
Is there any other comments from the audience before we close the hearing?
Wait, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can't close
We're not
it.
closing it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We did that last time.
Continue
Close
the
it,
hearing,
open
so
it.
yes. If you want to have any more input, come back then, please, on September 4th. Okay, that's it?
Thank you
You're
so much.
free to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Can she come by to get her copies after, or she will get them at the next meeting, or?
If you wanna come by Monday to get them,
Okay,
all right.
thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Okay, bye.
Thank
Nice
you.
night.
Have a good night.
You too.
Here it is, on the other side of my notes. Okay, could I have a motion that we approve the minutes from the May 1st meeting and June 5th?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion, joint motion to approve the minutes from both May 1st and June 5th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any new business? Any old business? Okay, make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
What?
Could you make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I thought we have to continue it.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
No,
no.
no, the
No,
meeting,
no,
not the
no.
hearing.
Meeting, not
The
the
hearing
hearing.
is continued.
Oh, okay.
I wanna go
I
home.
make a motion, we adjourn.
Yeah,
The second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
I was just making